Beloved friends, money is not something distant, hard to reach, or reserved for only a chosen few. It is energy, and energy responds to your words, your faith, and your expectation. When you decide that abundance belongs to you, when you command it with certainty, it must obey. Life is not meant to be a struggle of lack and fear, but a game of divine supply, and every player who learns the rules finds themselves walking into miracles. To attract huge sums of money in just 48 hours or less, you must first cleanse your heart of doubt and worry. Fear is the great robber, but faith is the great provider. What you fear, you draw near. What you have faith in, you magnetize to yourself. If you say, "Money comes quickly and easily to me now," and you say it with conviction, the invisible law of his energy, and responds to your words, faith, and expectation. Most people see money as something solid, fixed, and difficult to attain, but in truth it is a flowing current, an invisible energy that takes shape according to your beliefs and words. If you believe money is scarce, hard to find, and always slipping away, then you have unconsciously given it instructions to behave in that very way in your life. If you believe that money comes freely, abundantly, and joyfully, then the energy of money must align with that expectation and present itself in ways you may not even anticipate. Your consciousness is the mold, and money is the substance that fills it. The more you align your faith with the flow of abundance, the more naturally and quickly it comes to you. Your words are powerful tools that command the unseen forces of supply. Each time you say, "I never have enough," or "it's hard to make ends meet," you reinforce a pattern of lack. The universe responds to such declarations without hesitation, because life is always listening and reflecting back your spoken word. On the other hand, when you declare, "Money flows to me easily and abundantly," or "I am richly supplied now and always," you send out a vibration that magnetizes prosperity. Words spoken with faith are not empty phrases. They are creative commands that shape your financial reality. To change your outer world, you must first change the inner conversation you hold with yourself and with life. Faith is the substance that gives life to your words. If you speak affirmations with doubt, hesitation, or disbelief, you weaken the very force that could bring your desires to pass. But when you speak with certainty, even if your outer world does not yet reflect it, you activate a spiritual law that cannot fail. Faith does not ask, "How will it happen?" It simply knows it will. Faith is the hand that reaches into the invisible and brings forth the visible. The moment you truly expect money to arrive, the channels for it open, opportunities present themselves, forgotten debts are repaid, gifts arrive, and doors swing wide that were once closed. Expectation acts like a magnet. When you expect little, you receive little. When you expect abundance, you receive abundance. Many people unknowingly expect bills, lack, and setbacks, and they are never disappointed, for life faithfully delivers what they anticipate. But if you wake each morning with the expectancy that blessings and money are already on their way, you set in motion forces far greater than your effort alone could produce. The energy of money is always around you, waiting for direction, and it moves toward the one who calls it with faith-filled words. Therefore, to attract large sums of money swiftly, remember that money is not a thing of chance or luck. It is energy, and it obeys the laws of spirit. Direct it with your words, support it with your faith, and magnetize it with your expectation. Then you will see how quickly and perfectly it flows into your life, often in ways more wonderful than you imagined. Would you like me to expand the next key point in the same 500-word style so you can gradually build a full Florence Scovel Shinn inspired speech series? Fear attracts lack, but faith attracts abundance and swift results. Every thought you hold and every feeling you entertain is a magnet, drawing its likeness into your life. Fear is the great thief that robs men and women of their divine inheritance. It whispers of shortage, of danger, of delay, and as you listen to its voice, you unknowingly open the door for lack to enter. Fear is not merely a passing emotion, it is a powerful creative force shaping the very conditions you dread. The one who fears poverty continually speaks of bills, of debts, of difficulties, and life simply echoes those words back. Thus, the feared circumstance is brought swiftly into being. But faith works in the opposite way. Faith is the assurance of supply, the calm certainty that what you need is already on its way. While fear pushes blessings away, faith draws them near. Faith acts as a magnetic current, pulling abundance into your hands. When you stand in faith and declare, "I am provided for in perfect ways," you set in motion a divine law that cannot be broken. The universe rushes to fulfill a mind and heart that are steadfast in trust. Just as fear invites delay, faith accelerates results, making money and opportunities appear quickly, often within hours. Consider how the anxious heart behaves. It checks constantly, worries endlessly, doubts repeatedly, and these actions send out vibrations of distrust. The law responds to that vibration with more uncertainty, more delay, more lack. The fearful person unknowingly closes the very door they wish to open. Contrast this with the faithful heart, which rests in calm assurance, speaking words of plenty, expecting miracles, and giving thanks in advance. Such faith leaves no room for worry, and in that space of peace, the supply arrives speedily and in abundance. Fear and faith cannot dwell together, for they are opposites. You cannot look at lack and abundance at the same time. You must choose where to place your gaze. If you look toward fear, you feed it, and it grows stronger. If you turn to faith, you nourish it, and it becomes the ruling power of your life. Faith is not blind. It sees beyond appearances to the unseen truth of infinite supply. Fear looks only at the visible and declares defeat. The moment you shift your focus from fear to faith, you change the very channel through which life flows to you. To attract money in great sums and with speed, you must refuse to entertain fear. When fearful thoughts arise, cancel them immediately with words of power. Say, "I fear nothing, for divine abundance is mine now." Replace every vision of lack with a vision of plenty. Replace every worry with an affirmation of wealth. As you persist, faith will grow stronger, and its magnetic power will draw money to you quickly and in unexpected ways. Fear closes the door, faith opens it wide. Fear delays, faith accelerates. Fear weakens, faith strengthens. When you choose faith over fear, you align yourself with the divine law of supply, and abundance must follow swiftly. Within hours, life begins to reveal opportunities, gifts, and resources that were waiting all along for your fearless command. Would you like me to expand the third key point next? Your spoken word is a wand that shapes your financial reality in 500 words in the same style, so it becomes a flowing continuation. Your spoken word is a wand that shapes your financial reality. Every word you utter carries power, for it is not just sound, but vibration, energy, and command. Words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe, and each seed must bring forth after its kind. When you speak of poverty, of struggle, of never having enough, you are planting seeds of lack that must eventually sprout. When you speak of abundance, of wealth, of overflowing blessings, you are sowing seeds of prosperity that will bear fruit in their season, often sooner than you expect. The invisible world listens to every declaration, and it always answers in kind. Many people do not realize that their casual words are shaping their tomorrows. A sigh of "I'm always broke," or a frustrated "money never stays with me," may seem harmless, but these are decrees that carry authority. The law of the spoken word does not distinguish between what you mean in jest, in anger, or in faith. It simply takes what is spoken and sets about manifesting it. The careless tongue becomes the architect of misfortune, while the conscious, faithful tongue builds a palace of prosperity. To master your words is to master your world, for words are the builders of circumstance. The power of the spoken word lies in its ability to command unseen forces. Life itself is obedient, like a servant awaiting direction. Your words are the orders you give. If you order poverty, poverty comes. If you order riches, riches respond. The spoken word goes forth like a decree sealed by divine law, and it cannot return void. It must accomplish that which it was sent to do. This is why affirmations, spoken with faith and expectancy, are so effective. They are not empty wishes. They are creative commands that summon reality into form. When you take up your word as a wand, you begin to speak deliberately and consciously, never allowing idle complaints to pass your lips. You replace words of defeat with words of victory, words of worry with words of confidence, words of lack with words of plenty. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," you declare, "The money I need appears in perfect time." Instead of confessing, "I never get a break," you affirm, "Opportunities flow to me now." Each time you speak in this manner, you wave your wand and rearrange the unseen forces of supply. The more faith and feeling you pour into your words, the faster they manifest. Words spoken without belief are like arrows without force, falling short of the mark. But words spoken with conviction strike directly at the target and bring results quickly. This is why it is essential to guard your inner dialogue as well as your outer speech. The universe responds not only to what you say aloud, but also to what you continually repeat within. Keep both your tongue and your mind aligned with abundance, and life will reflect that abundance in your affairs. Your word truly is your wand, and with it you can shape wealth, success, and freedom. Speak with authority, speak with joy, and speak as though it is already done. For the moment you declare it, the invisible begins to form the visible, and soon what was spoken becomes what is held in your hands. Would you like me to also expand the fourth key point? Wealth comes through alignment and trust, not through struggle or strain, in the same 500 word style to continue this series. Wealth comes through alignment and trust, not through struggle or strain. So many people have been taught that money only comes by hard labor, endless hours, and exhausting effort, but this belief is the very reason they remain weary and unfulfilled. Life is not meant to be a grind of endless toil. True prosperity does not flow from strain, but from spiritual alignment, from a consciousness that knows its oneness with the source of supply. When you are aligned with the divine current of abundance, opportunities unfold effortlessly, and money arrives in ways that seem almost miraculous. You find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, and stepping into the right circumstances, not by chance but by law. Alignment is the inner state where your thoughts, words, and feelings are all pointing in the same direction toward abundance. Many people sabotage themselves because they pray for wealth while holding inner doubts. They work hard but speak words of lack, or they try to force outcomes while secretly expecting failure. Such contradictions block the flow of supply. Alignment means harmony. It means you think abundance, you speak abundance, and you expect abundance. When your inner life is aligned in this way, money flows without resistance, just as water rushes down an open channel. Trust is the second key, for alignment without trust is fragile. When you trust, you release the need to control every detail. You stop asking, "How will it come?" and simply affirm, "It is coming." The universe has countless channels through which wealth can reach you, and when you trust, you allow those channels to open. A business deal, a gift, a repayment, a sudden opportunity, or even a stranger's generosity None of these can be predicted, yet all of them can be received when you live in trust. Struggle tries to force outcomes through one narrow path. Trust allows the infinite to choose the perfect way. When you live in struggle, your energy becomes heavy and resistant. You tire yourself with worry, wear yourself out with effort, and block the very blessings you desire. Strain says, "It's all up to me," while alignment says, "It is already provided." Strain pulls from fear, alignment flows from faith. When you shift from struggle into trust, you discover that life has been waiting to hand you what you desire the moment you released your grip. In that release, you give permission for supply to move. Consider the difference between one who strives endlessly and one who trusts deeply. The struggler pushes against doors, yet they remain shut. The one who trusts walks calmly, and the right doors swing open at the perfect time. Wealth does not resist the one who is aligned. It seeks them out. It is drawn to the vibration of ease, confidence, and harmony. Money loves peace, not panic. Prosperity rests upon calm assurance, not frantic grasping. Therefore, if you would call wealth quickly and in great measure, stop striving and start aligning. Speak words of abundance, think thoughts of prosperity, and hold feelings of joyful expectancy. Trust that life knows exactly how to deliver what you require and release the need to struggle. Wealth is not the reward of endless labor. It is the natural result of alignment and trust. When you live in this state, money will flow to you with ease, often in ways that take your breath away. Would you like me to now expand the fifth key point, gratitude multiplies blessings and draws money faster, in the same 500-word style to keep the series flowing? Gratitude multiplies blessings and draws money faster. Gratitude is more than a polite response to life. It is a spiritual magnet that pulls good things toward you with speed and abundance. Every time you give thanks sincerely, you align yourself with the vibration of increase. Gratitude declares to the universe, "I already have, and I am ready for more." This attitude of receiving opens the channels of supply wide and allows more blessings to rush in. Just as a grateful guest is always invited again, a grateful soul is continually blessed with more and more. Those who complain, who speak of lack, who see only what is missing, unknowingly push their blessings away. Complaints are like closed doors, shutting out the flow of prosperity, but the grateful heart throws the door wide open. Even when you see only a little, gratitude transforms it into much. When you give thanks for what you already have, no matter how small, you set in motion a law of multiplication. A little money becomes more, a small opportunity becomes greater, and even the most ordinary day turns into a stream of surprising gifts. Gratitude is never passive, it actively draws increase. When money comes into your hands, whether large or small, stop and give thanks. Rejoice over it, as though it were the beginning of an overflowing fortune. Your gratitude sends forth the signal that you honor and welcome money, and the universe always sends more where it is valued. To dismiss or overlook small blessings is to delay larger ones. To magnify them with gratitude is to invite their multiplication. As you cultivate a constant habit of thankfulness, you will find that even unexpected money, gifts, and opportunities come to you with greater speed. Gratitude is also a shield against fear. When you give thanks, your mind cannot dwell on lack. Fear says, "I do not have enough." Gratitude says, "I already have more than enough, and more is on its way." This shift in perspective changes your entire vibration. Instead of sending out a call of desperation, you radiate a call of abundance. Life responds by giving you more to be grateful for. This is why gratitude accelerates results. It places you directly in harmony with the law of increase. Gratitude also prepares you for the greater riches you seek. When you show the universe that you can appreciate and celebrate the blessings of today, you prove yourself ready to handle the blessings of tomorrow. If you are ungrateful with little, you will be ungrateful with much. But if you are thankful for even the smallest coin, you are creating a channel wide enough for wealth to pour through in great sums. Gratitude is not about waiting until the miracle appears. It is about celebrating as if the miracle is already here. In doing so, you hasten its arrival. Therefore, let gratitude be your daily language. Give thanks for the money you hold now, the money that is coming, and even the money you do not yet see. Speak words of thanks in advance, and life will deliver exactly what you praise it for. Gratitude multiplies, gratitude attracts, gratitude accelerates. With a heart full of thanks, you will see money flow faster and in ever-increasing amounts, until abundance becomes the natural rhythm of your life. Would you like me to now expand the sixth key point? Life echoes your declarations. So speak abundance, not lack, in the same 500-word style to complete the series. Life echoes your declarations, so speak abundance, not lack. Every word that leaves your lips is a command to the unseen, a decree that sets in motion the circumstances of your life. The universe does not question whether you are joking, frustrated, or serious. It only hears the vibration of your declaration and echoes it back to you. When you say, "I can't afford it," life replies, "So be it." When you sigh, "Money never comes easily," life arranges conditions to make it so. When you complain, "I'm always struggling," you write a script that life faithfully performs. But when you declare with confidence, "I am richly supplied now," life has no choice but to echo that statement in visible form. Many people do not realize they are constantly prophesying their own future. Every casual remark about lack, every repeated phrase of hardship, becomes a seed planted in the fertile soil of spirit. The soil never says no. It simply brings forth what is sown. If you sow words of poverty, you will reap poverty. If you sow words of abundance, you will reap abundance. This is why it is vital to become the guardian of your tongue, watching every word as though it were a brushstroke painting the picture of your destiny. The canvas of life will reflect exactly what you speak upon it. Declarations carry more power than mere thoughts because words are thoughts given form. They carry vibration, intention, and authority. When spoken with faith, they cut through doubt and impress the subconscious mind, which then goes to work to make them true. Just as a command spoken to a servant is carried out without delay, so a declaration spoken to life sets invisible forces into motion. To speak abundance is to call abundance to you. To speak lack is to summon lack. The choice is always yours, and the results are always certain. Even when appearances contradict your words, keep declaring abundance. The visible world is only a shadow of the unseen reality, and it can change in an instant. Do not be swayed by temporary lack, for to speak of it is to anchor it further. Instead, affirm, "My supply is here now. Money flows to me in perfect ways." Say it until you feel its truth, and watch as life begins to mirror your declaration. What you speak consistently, you eventually hold in your hands. Gratitude strengthens your declarations, but persistence seals them. Do not speak abundance once, and then return to words of fear. Speak it again and again, until it becomes the only language you know. Replace every complaint with an affirmation, every doubt with a decree of faith. In this way, you train your mind and command your world. Soon, lack will have no place in your vocabulary, and abundance will be the natural echo of your words. Life is your mirror, faithfully reflecting every declaration. If you desire wealth, speak wealth. If you desire freedom, speak freedom. If you desire abundance, speak it boldly, consistently, and joyfully. The more you affirm abundance, the louder life echoes it back, until your outer world becomes the living proof of your spoken word. Would you like me to now combine all 6 expanded key points into one flowing, Florence Scovel Shinn style full speech, so you have a complete version for recording or publishing.